Rule 2 of Jordan Peterson: treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. Introduction. Today, we're going to talk about one of Jordan Peterson's most profound rules: treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. At first, this may sound simple, but as we dig deeper into the meaning of this idea, we'll see that it's full of significance and has the power to transform the way we approach life and our responsibilities. The meaning of the rule. This rule invites us to reflect on how we treat ourselves. Peterson suggests that we should take care of ourselves with the same attention, care, and responsibility as we would if we were in charge of someone else's well-being. For instance, if you were responsible for a child, a close friend, or a loved one, you would likely take much more care in your decisions, looking after their health, nutrition, sleep, emotions, and overall well-being. Now, imagine that the person you are responsible for is yourself. Peterson challenges us to adopt this same level of care and attention for ourselves, something that, for many of us, is more difficult than it sounds. Why is this so difficult? The first reaction many people might have to this rule is, I already take care of myself. I work, I eat, I sleep, but if we're honest, how often do we neglect ourselves in the essential aspects of our lives? How many times do we put our own needs aside for work, for others, or simply because we don't know how to organize ourselves properly? Peterson shows us that, for most people, we don't give ourselves the same attention that we give to others. In many cases, we're harder on ourselves than we are with others. If a friend were sick or going through a crisis, we would likely do everything we could to help them, but we often treat ourselves cruelly, ignoring our own needs and pushing ourselves to meet expectations we can't realistically fulfill. Responsibility and self-esteem. Taking care of yourself in a responsible way is directly linked to our sense of self-esteem. When we care for our health, our mind, and our body, we're showing ourselves respect. This strengthens our self-esteem and allows us to have more energy and motivation to face life's challenges. Peterson emphasizes that people who take proper care of themselves are more likely to create a balanced and meaningful life. For example, if you eat healthy food, get enough rest, and engage in physical activity, you'll be much better equipped to handle challenges at work or in your personal life. This kind of self-care, often neglected, is the foundation for a healthier, more productive life. Practical examples. Physical and mental health. Imagine you are responsible for a friend who is going through a difficult time. You would likely encourage them to seek professional help, exercise, and maintain a balanced diet. This is exactly what we should be doing for ourselves, but instead of neglecting our problems or postponing the search for help, we should act proactively. Work and rest balance. Many times, we find ourselves overwhelmed with work, commitments, and responsibilities. If you had to take care of someone in the same situation, you would probably suggest that they take a break, rest, and reorganize their priorities. So why don't we do the same for ourselves? Setting healthy boundaries. If you have a friend struggling with addiction or a harmful behavior, you would do everything to help them overcome it, even by setting clear boundaries to protect them. Peterson's rule challenges us to do this for ourselves. Setting boundaries, whether in personal relationships or at work, is essential for our well-being. When you take care of yourself, you're saying no to things that harm your health and quality of life. The lack of self-care and its effects. Peterson warns us about the consequences of not taking care of ourselves. A lack of self-care can lead to a cycle of guilt, procrastination, stress, and even depression. When we fail to act as though we are responsible for our own life, our body and mind begin to reflect this neglect. This can lead to exhaustion, low self-esteem, and a feeling of losing control over our own life. Conclusion. In the end, Peterson's rule challenges us to look at ourselves with the same care and responsibility we would offer to someone we love deeply. By doing so, we are not being selfish or narcissistic. We are building a solid foundation to live a more balanced and fulfilling life. By applying this rule, you begin to realize that self-care is not an act of indulgence, but rather an investment in your physical, mental, and emotional health. After all, taking care of yourself is a way to honor your own existence and to be truly prepared to live a meaningful life. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, if I were responsible for someone I love right now, what would I do for them? And then, do that for yourself. Taking care of yourself is, first and foremost, an act of responsibility. And it's this responsibility that allows us to live fuller, happier lives.